Shalom. All praises to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone and Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Brakathum. Blessings and salutations to you hopefully elect out there. And just through the spirit, man, because of course, the scriptures talk about blessed is he that watcheth and readeth, and just looking into certain things, concerning this brewing civil unrest that's getting ready to take place pretty soon, man. Lord's will, very soon, sooner than soon. Because I'm gonna get this real quick in Romans, because like I said, real soon, man, or sooner than soon, before we know it, we're not going to be talking about these things too much longer. Pretty soon we're going to be living through it. All right, live action. I want to get this in Romans chapter 13, verse 11. It says, "And that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe." So, like I said, man, sooner than soon. We're getting closer and closer to the end. We're closer to the end more than we know it. So of course now is the time, now more than ever, to to be in our P's and Q's, man. Heads on a swivel. Be prepared, get ready, because it's getting ready to go down out here. And more so, like I said, with this brewing civil unrest, because I saw out there how I think that's the just bear with me real quick. I'm gonna see if I can pull this up, but I think it's the out there in the UK, if I'm not mistaken. You had somewhere around 80 to 85,000 people talking about how come this fall they're not going to pay their utility bills. Okay, because you see, the thing about it, with everything that's going on here in America, it's not even nearly as bad as it is in other places, in a lot of other countries. But the simple fact that these things are going on, and because you see, Americans, for the most part, man, they're some of the most docile and just dumb. The Americans are some of the dumbest people, okay? Because if they had any sense, then they'd already be tearing this place up. They'd already be protests and riots going on. While these people are protesting, stupid shit like abortion rights and things like that. Like I said, in other places, they're not as dumbed down as these Americans. Like with this whole inflation going up. You got people protesting and rioting about that, and like I said, just trying to see if I can pull this up here. Just bear with me real quick, because like I said, I believe it's out there in the UK. Just look this up real quick. So yeah, out there in the UK, it says roughly 75 to 80,000 citizens are to stop paying their power bills come this fall. Okay, and I'll just read this real quick. It says 75,000 people have pledged to strike on October 1st if the government and energy companies refuse to act. If the government and energy companies refuse to act, then ordinary people will. Together we can enforce a fair price and affordable energy for all. And this was a tweet. There's a tweet going around, hashtag don't pay UK. And you got these anonymous groups, basically calling for these type of movements Okay, because like I said, for the most part, a lot of people in these other places, they're not as dumb as these Americans are. You know, with this inflation going up, yet the paychecks going the same. Everything, the cost of everything's going up, but yet the paychecks are the same. And you would think that, you know, people would have sense to realize something's not right. You know, something's not right. You know, and it's just like, what is it going to take for these simple Americans to get to this point? You know, well, hey, you know, we're in the times where, hey, like I said, the brewing civil unrest, because, like I said, I was just watching a few things, and another thing I was, you know, just kind of dabbing into was this whole thing with, you know, Donald Trump's Florida home being raided, you know, and you see, because like I said, just looking into that whole situation, it's almost like the left is basically provoking the right, so to say. The left wing is provoking the right wing, so to say, because you have a lot of these patriotic Edomites. All right, you see, it's almost like the left wing, they're trying to get the right wing to react how they did, you know, when that whole January 6th insurrection took place, which for the most part, you know, we all know that was pretty much a psyop, but nevertheless, this is what the left wing is trying to cause. You see, they're trying to get this reaction out of the right wing, you know, and like I said, you know, these right wingers, you know, they're you know, hey, they're getting ready to stand up and do something, because they see the left wing, which, you know, it's all being orchestrated by the top wicked elites. All right, you know, because as it's been, you know, brothers have been gone into a million and one times. When you go into the order out of chaos, you see that they're trying to cause the chaos so they can establish the order and bring in these different policies. I'll get that real quick in the book of Daniel, because you see a lot of these things that they have, or a lot of these things that they want to put into play, it's already prescribed. You see, and you know, when you go into that word prescribed, the word pre meaning before, and scribe meaning to have written down or to write down. You see, and like I said, a lot of these laws and policies and things that they're trying to put out there, it's already been pre-written. They just need the perfect scenario to bring the policy out. Okay, and that's why I'm going to get this in Daniel chapter 8 verse 25. It says, and through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand, and he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. Yeah, because, you know, when it gets to a point where it's just so bad, people are going to basically give over they're pretty much going to, you know, just willingly give up their so-called rights and freedoms and whatnot. Because again, it's just going to get to a point where it's so bad, people are going to be looking for a solution. And of course, here comes this man from, you know, he's looking himself to be the phoenix to rise from the ashes, you know, the solution to all problems, which ultimately is going to boil down to that Karagma, that Revelation 13, 16, and 17. All right. But it says, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. All right. But the point being that through his policy, okay, it says also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. You see, and like the scriptures say, we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. You see, this is, you know, through the Spirit of the Lord, man. You know, we've been given insight. The Lord, you know, we peep game, and is getting to a point where even, you know, like I said, these a lot of these average Joe Bucks out here, these patriotic Edomites, all right, are starting to peep game. You see, and like I said, this is why they're getting, you know, they're starting to stand up, and they see, for the most part, they see what's going on, and they're not with it, man. You know, they're not with it. So going back to this whole you know, with Donald Trump and his, you know, home being invaded, you see, and like I said, the left wing, so to say, is basically provoking the right wing, you know, which, like I said, it's all craft, sorcery, witchcraft from, it's all being orchestrated by the top wicked elites, because, the left, whether it be the left wing or the right wing, like the saying goes, the saying goes, how does it go? Two feathers of the same bird, something like that, you see. But nevertheless, like I said, dealing with this brewing civil unrest, because, I got this here. I'm going to play this clip real quick, right?
Joe Biden is coming for y'all. Now, why would the IRS need to use deadly force? Debtors' prisons. Think about it. Think about it. Joe Biden is coming for y'all. Now, why would the IRS need to use deadly force? Debtors' prisons. Think about it.
So you see, because, there was this job posting for the IRS, and the part of the description for this job post being that, you had to be willing to use, or you have to be able to carry a firearm and be able to use deadly force. Because you see, again, the elites know that it's, the elites know something's going to go down. All right, because here it is, they're coming out with these what do you call it, for the inflation, to fight this inflation. They're going to they came up with some type of act to reduce the inflation. But basically, all in all, in order to fight this inflation, that's going to mean more taxpayer dollars, you see, which is going to affect mainly those of us in the middle and lower classes. All right, which you can expect higher taxes. All right, you see. So it makes sense, which the IRS in itself, that's not even that's a private owned entity anyway. That's not even a part of the American government, But again, if these Americans had any clue of anything, they know that, because if they knew that, then, like I said, they'd be protesting these. They'd be tearing these what do you call them? What do you call it? These what do you call it, man? The child support buildings and stuff like that. They'd be tearing these places up. You see. But nevertheless, again, because they were talking about these audits, because again, for this Inflation Reduction Act. Again, with that being said, you can expect higher taxes. All right. And you see, like I said, with stuff like this is already going on in other places, and this is why we see protests, riots. All right, people aren't having it, and maybe, hey, Lord's will, this could be the spark to, set things off over here in the States, man. Because again, what is it going to take for these simple Americans to know that, the government is corrupt? But what is it going to take for these people to get any type of sense on these things, man? Well, what is it going to take? Well, Lord's will, this is the spark to ignite it all, man. Because, hey, it's just, we're to the saints, man. We're just so fed up, man. It's like every day every day is just waking up, just waking up in a heavy. Every day is getting more and more heavier, man. It's just like, when is shit gonna pop off out here? When is shit gonna pop off, man? But like I said, man, Lord's will, this is the spark to set things off. The price in goods and the price of everything is going to continue to go up, and like I said, you can expect more of them to, higher taxes to be taken out of our paychecks and stuff like that. You see. And again, the top wicked elites, they know something's gonna. They know that something's gonna pop off. So that's why they have it to where the IRS, they want them to, if necessary, use deadly force. Come these audits, these upcoming audits. You see, and like I said, it's just more fuel to the fire because, like I said, going back to the Trump home being raided, and these Democrats, these leftists, they're basically coming at these right wingers. It's just a matter of time, man. The brewing civil unrest. Okay, we're gonna get this in Proverbs chapter 29, verse 2. It says, "When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn." And again, this is why we see all these protests and riots going on worldwide, man. Stuff that they're not even reporting on in the mainstream media, of course. All right. But people are getting fed up, man. You see Esau, he's more and more pushing the water, pushing the people, backing the people into a corner, man. And eventually the people are going to lash out. All right. And eventually, this stuff is going to start making its way here to America eventually. Okay. And I also want to get this in Isaiah. So it's just a matter of time, man. And you see the thing of what Esau, he wants to control chaos, but it's going to get to a point where it's going to get so out of control. There's nothing he's going to be able to do about it. There's not going to be anything he's going to be able to do about it. He wants to control. He wants it to be a controlled demolition, and it's not going to be anything. It's going to be out of control. All right, it's going to be total anarchy out here in the streets of America very soon, sooner than we think. But I'm going to get this in Isaiah chapter 19 and Isaiah 19 and 2. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom." Because for one, this kingdom is already divided. All right. Even going back to these whole abortion rights and whatnot, some states are allowing it, some states don't, you see, and you're going to have people in some states that don't allow it go to states that are allowing it. All right, and then they're going to go back home to, possibly face, whatever type of charges or whatever the case may be. But again, because the scriptures tell you, man, a kingdom divided against itself is bound to fall, man. This place is set to lose. You see, so all this division, tension is at an all-time high. Hey, man, Yahweh Shema Shai, he's stirring up that spirit of war. I believe that's in Isaiah 47, man. It's stirring up that spirit of war, man. The division. Okay. Let me read that one more time. It says, "And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians," because America is the modern day Egypt. All right. Revelation, the 11th chapter. All right. So these Egyptians against Egyptians is talking about Americans against Americans. All right. Esau against Esau. All right. This is going into civil unrest. Okay. It says, "And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor." Yeah, because it's to the point now where, well, for one, they got the new boogeyman, all right, the new, thing out there, and people are starting to because you see Esau, he's stirred up this confusion and fear. So now that they're talking about the new boogeyman, all right, the new scare tactic, all right, people are starting to put their mask back on, it's so much division. It's to the point where you could be in a store, man, and you're not wearing a mask. People look at you funny, and it's almost to the point where people, it almost looks like they're almost ready to put hands on you for not wearing a mask. You see, and eventually it's going to get to that point, over political views, different views. People are going to be fighting one another, killing one another. Like it tells in 2 Ezra 16, man, hey, the swords in their hand. All right. It says, "And everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom." So you see the different states, the division amongst the states. You got Texas for the longest. They've been talking about branching off and becoming their own entity, so to say. It's just going to get it's going to be total chaos and anarchy out here, man. But But nevertheless, the brewing civil war, man, one thing is going to lead to another, and eventually these people, man, they you know, often use the comparison about how you know, when you have a boiling pot, you got the water in the pot, man, and you got it on boil. You leave that thing on for too long, eventually it's going to start spilling over, you know. And we're at the point now where this thing is boiling, man, and at, you know, at any point this thing is going to start spilling over, you know. So it's just a matter of time, man, before we see this anarchy and just total chaos. Eventually, it's just a matter of time. So, you know, we just got to sit back and you know, hey, and enjoy the ride, so to say, you know. Watch this thing play out, because hey, you know, to the hopefully elect, we're going to be protected. We've got nothing to worry about, you know. You know, we're going to be seeing these people tear each other apart, man, and we're going to be laughing at these people, because the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shah is going to be on us to do so. Okay, while everyone else is in a state of confusion and running around like a chicken with its head cut off, all right, the men of the Lord and those of us of the hopefully elect, hey, we're going to be chilling, all right, laughing at these people, eating our popcorn, just enjoying the show, you know. So hopefully this is edifying. All praises to Yahweh Bashim El Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Yahweh Bashim El Shai Barakathum to your hopefully elect. We're almost home, man. Just got to sit back and endure a little longer, man. It's about to go down, you know. So until next time, Lord's will, Shalom.